Hello guys, and welcome to episode 3 of Love Every Day. Today is January 3rd, and this is week 1, day 3. I'm your host, Jesse Marks, and today I'm joined by Jon McCrary.
Hello, thank you guys for joining us today. I'm still stuck at home, so we're doing this over Discord again. So sorry for any delays in the post-editing, Jesse. That'd be your fault if there are any.
So before we get started, I wanted to do a quick shout out to everyone who either downloaded or streamed yesterday's episode, and I guess the first episode as well. It really means a lot that you guys are listening and paying attention to us.
So thanks, Mom.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Appreciate you listening to this.
To the 3 people who downloaded it. No, it really does mean a lot because I really enjoy making these, and I hope Jon enjoys making these too.
Oh yes, every moment of it.
Yeah, so it really means a lot.
All right, so today's prompt kind of goes hand in hand with yesterday's, which was dream big or dream bigger. Today's prompt is big journeys begin with small steps. Jesse, what do you think about that one?
So first, I think it's very accurate, very true, and it relates to yesterday's prompt pretty well, actually, like you said.
Kinda. I mean, we kind of talked about like setting like a huge goal, so that way if you don't make it to that goal, at least you're happier that you made it that further than before. I'd say it relates to day 1 pretty well with starting with the smallest increment possible as far as improvement goes.
That's fair. Yeah.
I'd say for like my own personal like journey, you know what I mean? It's kind of just working on self-improvement. So it kind of does tie hand in hand with the first episode about, again, starting with the smallest. If you're trying to make a change for positivity in your life, you have to start with the smallest incremental step that you can think of. Because if you were
I think that goes with anything, not just making a change for positivity, but I think it goes with anything.
Yeah, no, for sure. There's got to be the first steps for anything in general.
Yeah, you have to break it down because a lot of times you kind of see the big goal ahead. You see your big dream and you're like, I want to be there. But if you don't like set a plan and set like how you're going to do it, you're just going to psych yourself out. I know for me, I will like compare myself to people who are successful in whatever that success, what it looks like. Mm-hmm. And I'll compare myself. I'm like, I'm not there. Why am I so bad?
Right. Yeah.
And that's a terrible way of thinking because how they got there is by taking those small steps. And I need to take those small steps too. And I need to set a plan. And if I don't set a plan, I'll never be able to achieve it. And you set that plan by working. I guess there's multiple ways to do it, but I guess the best way, in my opinion, is starting from the big and then breaking it into smaller and smaller steps.
Yeah, for sure. I think you can use working on this podcast as kind of an example for that almost. First you have this idea of, okay, 2020 sucked. How can we make 2021 a little bit better? You know what I mean? And so starting with that idea and like, okay, I want to make that into a podcast. Well, what goes into making that into a podcast? Well, I can't necessarily do that alone because that would be probably awkward.
#awkward.
So let me reach out to my good pal Jon, see what he's up to for the rest of the year.
Slave labor, make him do all the work. And
no, not at all. You do literally every ounce of work, and then you call me, and I'm like, okay, here we go.
No, that's true.
Damn, you could have said no.
No, and yeah, it's breaking it into small steps is kind of how you can be successful, I guess. And like I said, there's multiple different ways to be successful and multiple ways to set a plan. And I just think that, at least for me, I think this is probably the best way to go. Mm-hmm. What do you think? Are there different ways that you could set a plan to be successful? Does it have to be, begin with small steps? Could you do it differently and still end up where you want to be?
I think I kind of disagree with your point earlier just a tad bit, where there doesn't necessarily have to be this big journey in place.
Okay.
For me, even just starting my day, because, we talked about like thinking something positive to begin your day. Mm-hmm. So to start out my day, I don't think about what's some big thing I can do today. And I don't have some huge goal that I'm working towards. I'm not working on any masterpiece project or anything like that at the moment. It's almost more just like, okay, what small motivation can I find to drag my body out of bed today before 1 o'clock in the afternoon? And like that starts with really small steps, you know, like, I mean, so let me get up and, well, I in an ideal world, let me get up and let me brush my teeth, take a pee, eat food. That would probably be a good step, you know, and like just start the day right that way. Because instead, what I do is I get out of bed and I'm like, okay, what mind numbing thing can I find to fill up the next half hour block before I have the motivation and the energy to actually get up and actually do something today? You know what I mean? I generally fall into like this habit of laziness where I wake up and literally the first thing I do is absorb information and watch TV. You know what I mean? Like, just sit there and find something else to fill up the time and find something else to entertain me.
You go immediately into the mind-numbing activities.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you do that, I think that's what causes a lot of creative blockage for me, because then I'm not, you know, it's actually known that, like, so as weird as this might sound, playing video games even is healthier for your brain than watching TV, because there's actual decision making and there's actual you're an actual part of the story, so it's engaging your brain a little bit, you know, whether it's a narrative story or whether it's like even just in a FPS shooter. I mean, there's reaction time, there's planning ahead, you know what I mean? There's stuff that's engaging your brain.
It's more than just watching. It's actually puzzle solving and decision making, like you said.
Mm-hmm. So I think like a better way to start my day would be to plan proactive and productive steps to start my day. So I guess that's a way off topic. Yeah, I guess not way off topic, but I mean,
yeah, it's not super off,
I guess. But so I guess that's what I'm going to try to, like, you know, because in this podcast we want to have self-improvement as well. You know, we're not self-help experts by any means. We're not people who are trying to give you any answer to your life. We're trying these things out for ourselves too. So I'd say that's going to be my commitment for this next week, is to try to plan proactive and productive and creative steps to start my day.
Yeah, and I mean, everyone has their own unique point of view. We all live our own lives, and we all live it differently. And that's one of the reasons I think this podcast will be very beneficial to a lot of people, is because it's not just my point of view, it's not just your point of view, because we will be having guests and we will be having other people come on here for a discussion, you know, so it's not just this is how it is and how you should live your own life. This is this the right way, is it the wrong way? And everyone has their own unique point of view. Maybe everything we say on this won't benefit you, the listener, at all, but maybe it will. You know, everyone, it's that give and take. Yeah,
we can only hope. I mean, sure, we'd dream to have, you know, at least 1,000 people listening to this eventually.
How about 8 billion?
Yeah, right. But even if we had 8 people listening to it and we made an impact on only one of those people, at least we did something.
Hey, that's a solid percentage. 1 out of 8.
Yeah, I guess you could look at it that way. I feel like that's a good spot to wrap that quick little nugget up.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, I was actually gonna go back to something else you said. You know, you were talking about starting your day and kind of like how that's, I forget what you said, but it was something along the lines of it doesn't have to be a big journey. And I, again, will disagree with that, because I think everything you do is a big journey. Not in the fact that everything you do is a big journey, but everything you do is a part of a big journey.
Yeah, it's probably good that you say that, because that's hearing the opinion of a pessimist and then the opinion of an optimist.
I look at it as realism. No, how everything is a part of a big journey. You know, you were looking at it as starting your day off with just these small steps, and the end goal is to get just a little bit better, but that's not actually the end goal. The end goal is to be a lot better. And you've just broken it down into smaller steps, into let's just get a little bit better first. And we do that by picking up one thing.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's a better way to look at it, is everything is a part of a big journey. Figure out what that big journey is, especially if you do things sometimes automatically, like in the morning. So figure out what that big journey is so that you can better tackle it, have a better plan of achieving it, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting that. You know, and you could look at like I do kind of think of this podcast as only like one step in my ultimate ultimate goal of world domination. You know what I mean? So like, there's that. You could look at it that way.
Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely have big plans like that, except,
Like
mine
being
isn't as
vice
small as
president
world
of the
domination.
world
No,
president.
universal domination.
To tie it back to, what is it? Dream big or dream bigger. So shoot for world domination. So when you become just a mayor, you made it further than you thought you could.
Well, to sum it up, I guess just everything you do is a part of a bigger journey. Doesn't matter what that journey is. It could be life itself, or it could be your dream, or it could be just your goal for the week. Just break it down into small steps. Go as far as to break it down into the smallest, tiniest step as you possibly can, and go from there. And hopefully that should help you achieve your dreams and achieve your goals better. That's the hope, anyways. Thank you guys for listening.
You really had us there in the first half. Sorry, I had to make a comment. But yeah, remember to let us know what you think about every episode. Let us know if you have any of your own positive prompts to give us that you want to hear us talk about. Let us know if anything we've said has impacted you in any way, shape, or form. Check us out on our different social medias. We got Facebook. We got Instagram.
We're also on Twitter and YouTube.
We need to post on that, yeah. Anywhere you can find podcasts.
So catch us tomorrow at the same time, 8 o'clock. We'll be here. I'll be here at least. John may, suddenly die of
heart failure.
I'm Jesse. That's John.
We will see you tomorrow.